Hello, this is our first podcast called Da Vinci Design Stories Untold. Thanks for watching. My name is Sheldon.
My name is Devin.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Matthew.
Yeah, and we're just going to be talking about our first episode, which is Intro to High School.
So what were you guys' first impressions of freshman year?
Devin, you want to go?
Bit scary, I guess.
Scary?
Scary.
Like coming from middle school to high school?
Yeah, it was a big transition.
What middle school you went to?
Damn.
You went to Dana?
Yeah, I don't think any three of
I
us went to
didn't go.
Dana.
No, I didn't go either.
Yeah.
No.
What was that like going to Dana?
They kind of try to push you into the school. So they would highly suggest it, try and push you into it, and they hosted like meetings from it, and also most of the volunteers I'm pretty sure came from Da Vinci that went into Dana. So it was more of that middle school was more geared toward going into the school.
What about you, Sheldon?
Yeah, my first impressions, I barely knew anybody here. So when I got here, I was like, dang, so many new people. I gotta try to make new friends. I knew a couple people, but I didn't have the same classes with them, so it was kind of tough. And I was in my middle school. It was not geared toward this. It was not pushed like Devin's was. So it was just completely new for me.
Yeah, same for me. Like when I came here, I didn't know anyone except for my sister, and it was like it was all right for me because like I could easily make friends, and it wasn't that bad. And I know for some people it was harder. So yeah.
Yeah, same for me. Like, I knew absolutely nobody coming into the school. The middle school I went to, it was more geared towards a different high school. It's called South High, and all my friends I knew in middle school, they went to that high school. And then I just went here and I knew absolutely nobody when I came in. So
yeah.
Do you miss your friends from South High? There's a part you wish like, dang, I wish I could have went to high school with them.
every now and then I think about it. I think about what would my life be like if I went to that high school instead. I still kept in contact with them because I live in the same area, so we've kept in contact. But definitely different experiences have come out of it.
So you don't regret it?
I don't really regret the life I've lived, but I do regret like some of the experiences I've missed out on.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
I agree, bro. I went to Torrance too. My middle school was Gorse too. Tier. It was everybody who went there went to Torrance High.
Yeah, same.
So,
it was either Torrance or Westchester High.
Yeah.
And I know those schools had a lot more. It was very different from Da Vinci. So that's, I guess, leading into our next topic was what was high school what you expected it to be like?
For me, absolutely not. Like,
yeah.
Because the high school I knew, like about South High, I've been there a couple times, seen the campus, and it's way larger than this school. We're all stuck in like one building.
Yeah.
And like we never leave except for like lunch.
Yeah, and kind of everyone knows each other, right? It's not like a school where it's like 1,000 people and like no one really knows each other, and you kind of have like a couple friends, but you don't really know like everyone's name. Like here I can like look at people and I like know everyone's name,
Pretty much, yeah.
There are a couple people like I've just never talked to, so I don't know their names.
Yeah.
So, like there's that, but the school's like pretty small. Like we're graduating class of like 100 or like 100 and something. So,
but you still know them, right? Like it's not like you.
I've seen them in the halls, So like I recognize them, but some people like I've never had a class with. So
same.
I just don't know them in that sense.
I was suspecting that Disney, those Disney shows and stuff, I was expecting my life to be like that I went to high school, but no, it was not like that at all. Like, we know everybody here. Everybody pretty much gets along. Like, there's no problems and stuff like that, which is cool, but it wasn't what I expected.
Yeah. No, for Da Vinci, like, when I first was, like, in middle school in 8th grade, like, my teachers would tell me, like, oh, you're gonna have all this work.
True.
And all these, like, writing papers, and you won't really have that many projects. But here at Da Vinci, it's just completely different. It's like only project-based learning.
True, yeah.
And I feel like if you're coming to Da Vinci, like that's what you need to expect is like you're only gonna be doing projects. And yeah. What about you, Devin?
Was
it high school how you expected it?
No. it's like the traditional high school experience is finals, tests,
Yeah.
exams, work, a lot of it, and teachers
Yeah.
being harsh. This
Preparing
school-
you for like college, right?
Preparing you
Yeah.
for college, they would
Yeah.
say. But this school seems to do it a different way, such as work. We don't really have homework in school.
We don't.
We never really have, except for freshman year on some occasions.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then it kind of faded away. And then also, our exams don't really exist. They're POLs
Yeah.
Yeah.
for each semester, which replaces the exam.
You want to explain to people what POLs are?
Presentation of learning, which
Yeah.
is replace your final exam and with a presentation of a project that is usually assigned to you by class.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
going in more depth about that, it's kind of like a final project for that class, kind of just showing an understanding of what you learned
Yeah.
throughout the semester. But again, it's kind of like a final, but instead of sitting down and taking a test, you just present what you learned.
Yeah, going off that, Da Vinci is mastery-based learning, so it's not any finals or anything. It's like showing your growth, and that's why we have POLs, so
Yeah.
you can show that you've grown and learned from the projects, and yeah.
Yeah, so like if you really failed or you're struggling this semester and like you're not sure if you're gonna pass, you know, you can have POLs to look forward to like help bring up
Yeah,
your grade,
that's true.
which I used a lot because I was struggling in some classes.
You know, it will definitely raise your grade, but if you're failing the class completely and you get an A on the POL, it's not a guaranteed A in that class. So you still have to try in the class, but other than that, it's pretty easy coasting. Like if you just, you know, show up to class, show that you're learning something, and
Turn in work, basically.
turn in
Yeah.
your work, definitely. That's something I noticed as well. Like if you just do your work, you'll have like a really easy high school life.
Experience here at Da Vinci.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because if you start like procrastinating, which I see like a lot of people doing, and they just fall behind
yeah.
on assignments, and they just have low grades, and then they go up to teachers and ask them like, "What can I do?" And they just say, "Do the assignments."
Yeah.
You know, it's really just that simple.
Yeah. So going into like what Da Vinci does differently, like we have exhibition. How was your guys' first exhibition, and like can you guys give like a little detail of what exhibition really is?
Exhibition, man, that was an experience.
The ninth grade, yeah.
The first one.
Ninth grade, first exhibition. Never seen that kind of style before. You know, so first semester, you know, they just kind of threw a project at us. It's exhibition is kind of like a time to collaborate between all your classes.
Yeah.
So like every class is kind of like working on a similar project. For us, I think ninth grade we were doing the skateboard.
Yeah.
And we were doing that with like our class, and you know.
Yeah, and then we also had April's project. Right?
Yeah. We
all had April, or Devin, did you have Mr. White?
We
No,
all
I had April.
We all had April.
Yeah.
So we had like two English teachers in ninth grade, and we all had April.
Yeah, that was very weird because
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had this experience, but I would be in your guys' class, right?
Yeah.
In April's class for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because we had 2 English classes.
Yeah,
It
it was
was, what is it? I think English and composition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
Which
the
was
same,
basically
but it was
the
the
same.
same class, so we just stay in the same class
And-
for
Yeah,
like
it was
2
like that.
hours or like.
And I would leave their class and go to a different like group because like everyone would have a group, right? And
Yeah,
then
like
we moved
we
together.
had a cohort, yeah, pretty much, and like we kind of move around the classes, so it's like pretty small. So like everybody had the same teachers, but like we'd kind of like rotate around the classes. But like for some reason, like I know like in English, like we were in the same English
Yeah.
class.
And
But
then I would
like,
just
you
leave.
leave to like a different group or whatever
Yeah.
and go around that, and like I think we'd meet up at like the end of the classes, like or something.
Yeah.
Like we had
Yeah,
something at the
that
end.
was definitely one of the different experiences I had,
It was
like
like that
compared
for
to
me, too.
different people.
Yeah. Like you get used to it because you have like 4 classes with the same people.
Yeah.
Then you get
Yeah.
to English and it's like, oh, I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, you had the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't just me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but going back, how was your guys' first exhibition? Because
it was tough.
Yeah.
First exhibition.
It
Because
was tough
ninth
for me.
grade is like everyone shows up for ninth graders, right? Because that's your first exhibition, and
Yeah.
all your parents come, and like it's like everyone's just
come,
crowded around your projects,
Yeah.
and it's just a very chaotic experience.
Well, because we were assigned to 2 classes, right? So like we had.
I think it was more.
No, it was like we had to like go to like.
Yeah, you had two.
Because it was exhibition night, and then we had to go up to 2 different classes, right?
Yeah.
So like,
You had to present for 2.
Yeah, you had
I
to
still
present
remember
your
which
portion.
classes I had.
I think I had physics.
I had physics too and English.
I had physics and Spanish for mine.
I had Spanish and English.
I had math. It wasn't math. It was when the part you had to present your skateboard, right?
Yeah.
Is that math or
Yeah, that was
physics?
math class.
That was English.
No, it was the
Or
math
no,
class.
no, it was art.
That was
Well, no, it was a combination between
Oh,
math and art.
yeah, 'cause
the
they
physical
collabed
boards were-
together.
The physical boards.
Oh
were
yeah,
in
when
the
you had to
class.
sell
Well,
your
no,
skateboard.
yeah, you had to sell your skateboard. That's what the math portion.
Oh yeah, I had that, and I had Miss April's class.
Yeah.
I had to. I forgot
April,
what we
like
did.
April was
it was
really
chaotic.
Nice.
No, I meant the exhibition. No, she was also chaotic. You can't lie.
During
She would cry all the time.
Oh,
Remember?
dude.
Yeah.
Your class made her cry all the time.
I don't know what we did. I don't know
Dude,
what
she
we
would
did.
barely cry in our class, except for like one time. Someone like came in, talked about a topic. I don't know if we want to talk about that here, but
No, we don't want to talk
but
about
someone came in to like discuss a topic, and it was really like touching to her, or like not touching, but like it was a close topic to her. So she was like really sad, and she just left the class.
Yeah,
crying.
literally
And,
just
like,
left and we didn't
no-
see her the rest of the day.
Yeah, we didn't see her for the rest of the day. Like no students knew what to do, so it's like we did not know what to do in that scenario.
Yeah.
The same thing happened with me, and like she had like a brain. She would have, I forgot what it, something with her head, like migraines,
Oh,
and real
yeah.
bad, and then she would have to leave. And then when we had a sub, it was pretty much like a free period, right? And like it didn't work. You were just chilling in
Yeah.
class, just goofing off.
Yeah, that's honestly April was my favorite teacher though. Like going into our next question, like who was your favorite
Teacher.
your favorite freshman teacher? Like I think April was mine.
I think April was up there, yeah.
'Cause it's
One of
like-
the top ones.
I remember because we had the same class. Like we would play Wordle on Fridays,
Yeah.
right? And she was just
Oh,
like
yeah,
super nice to
Banana
us.
Yeah, we play like games and stuff in her class. Like, it was
But she liked your class a lot.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
she
think
did.
she did like our class the most. Because I think she had like some of like her favorite students in that class.
Yeah, she definitely had some favorite students. It wasn't me though, because I kind of struggled in that class because I'm not that good at English or never was, so I would always like barely pass that class.
Okay.
But who was your guys' favorite teacher?
Honestly, yeah, it would be Miss April. It was her and
Freshman teacher?
Yeah,
Freshman teacher.
freshman year,
Yeah.
it was Miss April and what's it called? Mr. V. Mr. V.
Mr. V
was
So
was
V was a
chill.
great teacher.
I did appreciate Miss Love. I did, because math, it was hard. Math was so freaking hard for me, and then I would be late sometimes, and I would miss like most of the class, and or like a little bit of class. I'm not getting what she's learning, and she would have tutoring. She would have tutoring like almost every day after school. So I'll be in tutoring, and then if you fail tests, you can stay and like get help, and then you could take the test there. So I was using that a lot. And no other teacher did that. Like no other
Yeah.
teacher did that, and I really appreciate that.
I know she like you can take unlimited retakes, right?
Mhm.
That was
yeah,
crazy.
that was nice. But like I never used that, so I
Well, you passed all your
math stuff, yeah. But
I was fighting for my math grade.
Yeah. What about you, Devin?
I think
Who
it was a
your
nice,
favorite teacher.
Probably April as well.
April. Like
Oh, he was in my class.
Yeah, I was in class. I remember.
yeah.
yeah. So
As chaotic as that class was, April was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
like, how was that class for like the experience in that class? It was chaotic, right?
It was chaotic, but it was also fun.
Like
I
because
don't
we
think-
didn't have a chaotic class. So can you guys like explain to us like what was happening?
There was, I think it was later in the year before COVID happened. The class really just like became pure chaos sort of
Really?
thing. She would start punishing people, start yelling at people and stuff. I'm not kidding, it was like that, it was weird. But overall the class was fun because like, there would be those times where, you play games and
Yeah.
it was more like, I think it was like every Friday was sort of like a free day. Just like
Yeah.
you don't have
Yeah.
to do much in that class. It was like a day to blow off steam, let off steam, and just a relaxed day type of thing.
Yeah.
And so far, I've seen no other teachers really done that. So I would have to appreciate her for doing something like that.
I think one of the possible reasons, I'm just guessing here, is because we had like 2 hours in our class or something like that. So like, and it was like every day or like
I think it was.
It was
3 hours.
every day.
it was every
Yeah.
day we had 2 hours of that. For me, I had like the first period, so in the
In the morning,
in the morning, we'd just be there for like 2 hours. So I think like to break that up, like we'd always have like a break or whatever to like, and then we'd play games, like because we do our work for, I think we play games and then do our work, or we do our work, either one. But I think just to kind of like break up that tension of being in there for so long throughout the week.
Because high school was a lot longer, and there was a lot of challenges. Like coming into high school, which is leading into our next question. Like, what challenges did you anticipate when entering high school?
I thought there was, for me, like, I thought there was going to be a lot of work. Like, in middle school, they're always saying, oh, you're going to have assignments every day, like, you're going to have a lot of homework. And I was really anticipating that, but, like, when I got here to this school in particular, it was, like, it was definitely a little more than what I was used to at the beginning. But then it kind of just mellowed out, and I kind of got, like, used to it, and, you know, it wasn't that bad after like, the first month.
No, it's weird because like usually like at the beginning of the years, it's like the teachers have a lot of work, right? It's like the first month, I would say, and then it's like just like dies kind of
Just chilled out.
And like you only work on projects and that's it. So honestly, the challenges I was anticipating was because like I did like sports in middle school, and I still do sports in high school. So I was like, oh, there's gonna be a lot of work, right? How am I gonna like balance it, you know, like keep up with my academics while, you know, playing sports? But it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, they told me when I was in middle school, oh, you guys think it's sweet now, but as soon as you go to high school, it's gonna be a whole different ballgame. Like what you said, you're gonna get a whole bunch of tests and stuff. It's gonna be stressful. And then I get to high school, it's not even like that. Like they just false advertise, you know, all the hardships and stuff, but it wasn't that bad, honestly.
Maybe it was for like their experience, or maybe it would be like that for a traditional school, but it could just be that like we're like a charter school, so it's a little bit different. It's a little smaller, so maybe they can do those less work.
Challenges I would say would be like I anticipated having to juggle work and also grades, but when I got here, I realized they removed like a grade, like a whole letter grade from the grade system. Which kind of
the grade
made
system
everything
is completely different.
Which made
There's no D's.
There's no D's, no F's. It's just
F still exists. It's an I.
Well, it's an I.
But I'm saying though,
they don't say F.
Well, I mean, we have A's, B's, C's, and then we have an I for incomplete.
Like you failed.
Like
so
that's
for
a
any
fail, that's
incoming,
like if you didn't do your work.
So for any incoming like freshmen or high schoolers coming to Da Vinci, the grading system is different, and I would say a lot easier. So that's what you should expect when you come here.
But like we said, it's a mastery-based grading, so you can make up the work.
Still do your work, because you don't want to be at the end of the year struggling, asking your teachers what can you do to get that up.
You want P-Wells won't. Sorry, not to cut you off, but P-Wells won't help you that much.
It doesn't. It helps a little, like better than like taking a test or whatever.
Better than just turning in an assignment, but it will. It's a good portion of your grade, so definitely do well on your POLs and just do good overall, like throughout the year. And that's like some good advice right there.
Oh, and back to the teachers, we had completely different teachers in 9th grade. So when you guys are coming in, it's going to be a lot different for you. Like a lot of our teachers left due to a lot of reasons. We were going through a lot in 9th grade, so it's going to be different for y'all.
Currently for us, there's only 2 remaining teachers. There's an English teacher, Mr. White. He's a nice guy. He had I heard some bad things about his English class. Like he had like a lot more work, but I think he's still a good person. Like,
but that's what you should expect when you come to high school.
And then
Mr. V.
Senior V. He's a great guy too.
There's only 2 people.
He's very chill.
It seems like when you come to Da Vinci, a lot of teachers leave. I don't know why. But there's some rumors. I don't think we should talk about it now, but they like to leave. Let's just say that.
That's I think for advisory, we had 3 different advisory teachers.
Oh yeah,
because me and him had the same advisory class.
Me and Sheldon had 3 different advisory teachers. Like, because Miss Anush left because she was pregnant, right? And then
you went to connect after.
And then we had Miss Walsh.
Yeah, she was nice. I like Miss Walsh.
Yeah, but I don't think she can handle like high school.
Yeah, she can handle the freshman.
I think she should like do like middle school or elementary school.
Well, to be fair, the freshmen were they said they were a lot worse than we were. And they said
agree.
freshmen are always
I
bad.
100% agree.
I've heard that, like, the...
No, I agree
the
with that
incoming
statement.
freshmen, like, they were like, not... Because during that time, that's when the kind of COVID was, you know, coming up from the, you know, kind of uplifting some of the rules and regulations. And, you know, we were able to come back, and I think... For us, we were already in high school when it happened, so we were already.
We didn't even finish our freshman year.
We didn't finish our freshman year, but
we didn't even have a 10th grade year.
No,
we were all online. But like, what I'm saying is that we already had that high school experience where like we were already getting into it. But for most of the incoming like freshmen, they were in middle school and like they didn't have that like 8th grade experience. They weren't at the top, and then they're getting that transition into high school, and they didn't have that proper like transition. They were like all in school.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, they didn't have that environment change like to be prepared for like this high school or high school in general.
Yeah, Mr. V said that, and it's not. He said that all freshmen coming in, they're kind of like bad, quote unquote. Like we were bad too.
there were some bad apples, but overall, I think we were like decent. Like,
yeah. Remember that thing they had in the black box in 9th grade? We all got all put in there, and they pretty much told us to grow up and stuff.
I think it was the bus vandalism.
Yeah, because
I don't remember that.
You don't remember? I remember
I don't
it
remember
because I remember they split up the boys and girls, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the girls did, but like they're like, you guys are like horrible. Like that's basically what they said. And like,
I don't remember that.
And they're like,
I remember it.
You guys need to grow up and like get yourself together, basically.
Yeah.
I remember I was like near you too, but yeah, they were just like, you guys like are like horrible, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, they weren't wrong sometimes.
Yeah, and it was kind of warranted. It was with the stickers and stuff. But, yeah.
There were some bad acts.
I thought it wasn't even that bad because like we went on a field trip, right? We went to the it was like an art museum, right?
No, I think it was.
We went to the art museum, and then we also went to the.
It was a skating park.
Yeah.
Where the actual incident happened, where they vandalized buses with a bunch of stickers.
Yeah, because we got
someone
stickers.
took like every sticker there and just started painting
I
on
think
buses.
I do remember.
We
that.
got stickers from the art place.
Yeah,
and then people
put
were putting
them on the buses. Yeah.
And they were like.
And then they got mad.
Yeah. But I thought it was like, come on, like, why would you give us stickers? If, like,
I didn't.
I think it was that in combination of things. A combination of things like the necking that was going on. I remember they mentioned that. Like we were necking each other a lot. And I remember in Francisco, he got stabbed. When,
yeah.
I don't know if we.
Yeah.
It was accident, by the way. It was accident.
It was an
accident, but
quote unquote. I don't know about it.
No, I think it was an accident, but I was in the classroom when it happened too.
I know. I heard he fainted. He just fell on the floor.
Later on.
No, but that was a good time. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Like, did you guys make any friends on your freshman year, and how did you meet them?
Oh, I met a bunch. Okay, so I met all my friends. Like, I had nowhere to sit when we had lunch, right? And then I just sat with Mikhail and Jack. Jack, he don't go here no more. He goes to somewhere with Wish.
Who's Jack?
I
remember Jack.
Yeah, he was in our advisory class. I miss that man. But yeah, I sat on the table with Mikhail and Jack, and we just became friends over that. It helped because we had the same classes everywhere.
Yeah.
But I made most of my friends on the basketball court. That's where I met most of my friends.
I remember meeting you first on the overnighter, and we played basketball.
Oh yeah, that's how I met everybody.
Yeah, and that's where I made most of my friends, was basically on the overnighter.
Overnighter?
Yeah, because like I remember we had to share like a room.
Yeah.
And then we had like circle talks. I remember. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And I remember Eli went and he started crying.
He did?
Yeah, because he was. I don't know what he was talking about, but like it really hit him, and like it just hit me too. And
You started crying too?
I didn't cry, but I was like, damn, like this is getting emotional. Like we're all connecting, really.
Yeah.
And that was like kind of my first like friends at Da Vinci, because like I didn't know anyone, right? Because like most people knew each other already.
Yeah.
Like coming in because like they would all come to Dana and come to Da Vinci, but I didn't have any friends. So that was like when I first like made friends, I would say.
Yeah, I think, like you said, most people came from Dana, so they all kind of knew each other. And then for us, like, we didn't know anybody,
Yeah.
so it was a little hard. But I think for me, I think kind of just talking with other people who, like, I sit around, like...
Like
just
in classrooms?
Yeah, being in the same classroom with people, like, because we all, like, kind of moved around, so we all kind of, like, talked. And we'd always have, like, presentations, so we'd kind of get to know that person through that. As well as, like, projects. We have a lot of group projects here.
Yeah.
So I think definitely, like, having those projects, you kind of have to talk with each other and make those groups, and then you kind of just make friendships through that. And that's kind of like my experience through that.
I remember meeting you in entrepreneurship, and we sat next to each other.
Well, I think we talked in freshman year as well,
Barely.
but we barely talked. But later on in
entrepreneurship, I remember with
yeah.
Henry.
Yeah, this
I
was
miss Henry.
This was in
I miss him
junior
too.
year. Junior year, we sat next to each other in a classroom, and then we kind of connected and became friends through that.
What about you, Devin?
I just met most of my friends through like classes. I didn't go on the overnighter. I
Oh,
decided
you
to stay
didn't?
here because I didn't want to go there.
Bro, why? You missed out.
No, I didn't. I will still say to this day I didn't miss out because I didn't like it because I am not a fan of going out into a woods in a cabin and being with a bunch of people.
We weren't in cabins though, really.
Yeah.
That's what they advertised.
They were
though.
cabins.
They were?
Pretty much.
They were cabins.
Yeah.
But like we
I'm
were
not
just
a fan.
saying like
cabins though.
No, but
Nah.
guys,
Cool cabins.
even though Devin didn't do it, like when you come to Da Vinci, I highly suggest going on the overnighter.
The overnighter, yeah. It's a one-time experience. You can only do it as freshmen, unless you go back as like
A leader.
Like as a junior or senior, you can go back and kind of lead.
Is that through leadership, or can you just sign up?
Yeah,
I just signed
I
up.
signed up.
I think you
okay.
can sign up, yeah.
I had
But,
fun. I had so much fun.
But the overnighter is kind of like a day where you kind of just come to school and then you leave on a bus. Like so you'll go to the like a cabin in the woods. It's like a little like summer park, or how would you guys describe that place?
I would say it's like a little
Like a
getaway for everyone.
It's almost like a summer camp area, but like you kind of just stay in a cabin. You do like activities, like there was a zip line, there was a pool.
Yeah.
What else was there?
Water slide.
Basketball,
the basketball court,
And then they had like
a pool table.
Yeah. And then they had like the dance thing or whatever when we all
oh,
were in the
yeah.
cafeteria.
Yeah, we were dancing.
And there was like a rave. Yeah. I remember
that was so much fun.
That was
Yeah.
fun, yeah.
But can I have this? Like, so guys, when you come to high school, I highly suggest like doing the activities
Yes.
here, because it's like that's just, like
It's all like once in a lifetime.
yeah, like looking back, like I'm glad that I did them,
Yeah.
and I like would regret, if I didn't do them now.
Yeah.
Oh, remember that swing? The swing that we had, and like went during the overnighter.
Yeah.
And there was, we messed up. Okay, so when you go on an overnighter, right? And Da Vinci was the first school to go. So at Da Vinci,
I thought it was communication then us. And then
No, we were design went first.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we broke the swing.
Yeah, we broke it.
That's funny.
I remember we were leaving, right? We had too much fun on the swing. And I see the students, the upperclassmen from communications, they get on the swing. I said, dang, why is it broken?
No, but going back, like, to make friends, you just have to put yourself out there and talk to people, because that's the only way you can connect with people and make friends.
Yeah, just talk with people, and then everyone here is like kind of nice and chill. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna meet like too many bad people. Like
No, everyone's really nice
everyone's
here.
like chill. Like they're not. Nobody here is really like a bully. I would say. Like
At least in our
Everyone's-
experience.
Yeah.
yeah, in our experience, nobody here is really that.
Well, there's obviously going to be some bullying.
There's always gonna be
Yeah.
that bad apple out there,
Yeah.
but everything's pretty
Yeah.
chill through our experiences.
Yeah, so you're gonna connect with more people easier. So even if you do have problems with certain people, you're gonna have to get over that eventually, because
Yeah.
you're gonna be in close proximity with these people throughout these 4 years.
Yeah,
So you're
literally.
Yeah, it's like if you have like social anxiety, like you don't like talking to people, this is a great place to like kind of get out of your shell. That was like for me. I just kind of like started talking to people, and then just kind of talked and kind of just got out of that
Still
shell.
sometimes shy.
I'm still in that,
You're better,
but
though.
definitely better than what it used to be at the beginning. Because again, like I didn't know anybody, so like it was kind of hard to talk to them. But you know, just talking to people, and then you know, you just grow from there.
Yeah. So looking back at your freshman year, what advice would you give to incoming high school freshmen? And
Or we can go down the line.
yeah, Denver.
Advice for incoming
Advice
people?
for freshmen, like
And incoming high schoolers to Da Vinci.
I'd say overall, it's a matter of doing what you feel comfortable with. Like for the overnighter, the reason why I didn't go was I wasn't comfortable with
Yeah.
it.
it's
People
not
may-
something you like. Yeah.
People will say also that they highly suggest it or they want you to go or etc.
Yeah.
I would say don't let them push you into it if you really don't want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, make your decision because who knows, maybe something better will happen to you
Mhm.
if you just don't go. Maybe you'll find someone like in the classroom that you can be friends with because that's what happened for me was they put us in a classroom with a few people and you were just kind of there, but
Yeah.
people who didn't want to go.
Mhm.
And then also like POLs, they're a good chance for public speaking skills.
Mhm.
I was very uncomfortable with it. I didn't want to do it at all, and then POLs got me over that.
Yeah.
So
Definitely PLOs helped get over that like
yeah,
public speaking. Like it's still a little nerve-wracking.
No, I get nervous every time still too. But
Yeah, because like you're presenting for a grade, so it's always gonna be like a little nervous. But it definitely helped like get over presenting in front of people.
Yeah, it's not nerve-wracking for me. I do get nervous, but it's like it's not like nervous to a point where I can't do it. Like
Yeah,
I can get it over with.
Yeah.
That is gonna POS is definitely gonna help you, like Matthew said.
Yeah, one suggestion is for POLs for incoming freshmen is just know your information and be confident when you're presenting it, because if you know your information and you're confident, then it's just easy. Like you're just basically like saying it to your understanding of what that is.
Yeah,
And-
don't do it unprepared.
Yeah, don't do it
Don't
underprepared.
Don't do
Like,
it last minute
yeah.
because then like,
I
the
knew-
teachers will most likely know that like, oh, you have no idea what you're talking about,
Yeah.
and they'll pick up on that.
I
Yeah, it's gonna
remember
affect your
freshman year.
confidence.
Yeah, I remember freshman year in Love's class. Like people didn't like wait till the last second and didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like you're just up there like, and they're like just standing there for like 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and then they moved on to the next person.
Oh, that was me.
Because for ours-
Yeah.
That was me. I'll tighten up though. Like I had a second, right? No, but I forgot how I used to stay. You used to be able to leave early for POLs, right? And like you would go there from like 8 and you leave at like 12 and then
Yeah, because they had
Yeah, 'cause-
groups, right?
yeah,
One
groups.
at 8 to 12 and
Oh,
one
yeah.
from 12 to 4, right?
Yeah.
They didn't do it like that no more. But
Yeah, they don't
It's
do it
not-
like
it's
that
not
anymore.
No.
But yeah,
It's I kind
it
of
was
liked
like
it that
a
way.
special day, like just to do your presentations.
Yeah.
So like you didn't have any classes that day. You just go in, present for
Yeah.
a class, and then you
No,
you
But I would
literally-
stay and like after I would get through with like other POLs, I would stay and work on like the math
The
one.
next
The
one.
that math one was the hardest one.
Mhm.
So if you can't like don't wait till last minute at all.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to have to like throw a Hail Mary during your POLs and stuff. Like you don't want to do it at
yeah,
all.
don't do that. So going back, Sheldon, what advice would you give? So obviously, don't wait till last second.
No, don't do that.
And what else?
Oh, so like I just want to add like when you're on pure wells and you wait till last second, it's going to affect your confidence and people are going to know that. So if you come prepared, it's going to be easier for you to present. But they are going to tell you when you get here that ninth grade does not matter, or at least what they told us for us and
Yeah,
like our
that's true.
grades.
I'll get into it later, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But they told me that. And one of my counselors that come in, they told us that she's not here no more, but that's besides the point. But she told us like pretty much doesn't matter, like colleges don't look at your grades from ninth grade, which it could be true. But if you have a certain goal of going to a certain college, then
Yeah,
you
that's
are
true.
gonna have to get good grades. And if you get good grades in ninth grade, it is gonna help you.
It actually
overall.
helps so much. Like
It
I
helps so
regret
much.
like not, because like I obviously tried ninth grade, but I was like, oh, it's just ninth grade. I can make it up the next years, right?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But it impacts so much because you only have 9th, 10th, and 11th.
You only
and
have four. You only have
No, three years.
years. Yeah.
So like when you take away 1 year and it wasn't as good as the
Yeah.
2, it just affects it really bad.
Yeah,
So
it affects it,
definitely
yeah.
try your ninth grade, and definitely I would say also do honors classes. I didn't do a lot of honors classes, and I kind of regret that because I feel like if I did that, I could have got better grades and gone to like some better colleges that I wanted to go to.
Honestly, for me, honors classes, I didn't really notice a change in my grade too much. Like, I think it definitely raised it like a little bit, but I haven't seen any impact. Like, for honors, do whatever you feel like in a class that you know you're gonna do well in.
Yeah.
Because for me, freshman year I did honors physics. I think you did that one too.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. It's a different experience for that one, but overall, like
That was a tough honors because we wouldn't show up early.
Yeah, we had an early class on that one. But most honors now are just like maybe
extended
like
work kind of.
Maybe like an extended work or on a test, like you have like a couple more questions. But other than that, like if you know you're gonna get an A in that class or a B in that
Definitely
class,
take it. Yes.
take that class.
Because some classes that me and Matthew took, we would just basically not do any work and we would still get honors credit.
Yeah.
And I would say take advantage of that because it definitely boosts up your GPA.
Yeah,
I will
and
say
it's very little work.
Yeah,
They have to do just
I will say this though, like our teachers were different, so it will be different for you.
It will be
It
different.
will be different.
And these classes will be new. So I personally, for me, I would say if it's just you, if you're gonna take honors, wait till second semester. And if you did really well the first semester, then take honor classes. Because for physics, I would never take honors physics. I was struggling in that class in a lot of my classes. So if you were struggling in classes, don't do yourself a disservice by taking honors.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go off what Sheldon was saying on second semester. I think most teachers like they have it where you have to do well on your first semester, so then you can take it honors your second semester, and
I feel like they don't even open honors sometimes till second semester.
Yeah, some teachers don't have that open until second semester.
I that's what I was trying to say. Like,
but then some open it like halfway through the first semester. So
I think Mr.
Every
P was
teacher
like
has
that,
a
right?
schedule.
no, Mr. P, he's the bio teacher. He
junior,
did it
in your junior
year bio teacher. He did it for second semester, but we did no work for that class.
We went to UCLA.
The only thing that we did for that like honors for that class was we went on a field trip to a college. Like and we did it was actually a really fun experience. We just went to like the UCLA City Lab, and just did some little lab stuff there, and we just got a tour around the college.
Yeah. So what about you, Matthew? What is your advice for incoming?
For incoming. I would have to say, do your work. Definitely do your work. Is like a top tier advice. I'd say because for this school,
For
like
high school, do your work.
For
high advice.
No. Like do it. What I mean is do it early. Okay, as like you have plenty of time to do your homework in class, and if you do it in class, for me, through my experiences, when I do my homework, I do it in class. I finish it early, and I have like the rest of the class to do absolutely nothing.
And you can just go home and not do anything either.
Yeah, and then you'd go home and then you'd have no work to do and you'd have no stress. But for me, like in freshman year, I didn't do that. I'd procrastinate. I wouldn't do my work. I'd still kind of do that, but I've been getting more on the thing of just do your work, do it early. Because what I've noticed is for some teachers, it might be different for which teachers you have, but what I noticed is that some teachers, if you do your work and like they know you've done your work and you understand it, they do not care if you go on your phone for class.
Yeah, well, obviously try not to do that. I feel like that's more like for senior and juniors.
Junior, but like
because like they know you're just like already finished your work and like they can trust you more. I don't know if they'll do that for freshmen and sophomores because like again the teachers are new.
We don't have to go on our phone like that in ninth grade.
Yeah.
But again, I waited until my home to do my homework. I didn't do it in class.
Yeah. I would always like they'd always assign homework in class, and like some people do it. I think for some classes I'd do it like in class, like I'd get it over with, but then others I'd just take it as like a free time, and I wouldn't do anything in class, and then I'd wait to get home, and then maybe I'd procrastinate and not do it. But I just say do your homework. If you have time in class, work on it. Like that's probably the best advice I can give. Just work on your homework early, and then you have tons of free time because we don't get homework here like that often.
Yeah.
So when you do get it, just get it out of the way, and you have like the rest of your day for free. Like, you can do other things.
I will say that Da Vinci has a lot of things that you should take advantage for a lot of. They have a music room. They got this room. I didn't even know we had this room.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, this room was dope. Like, it may not come out that good on camera, but this room is dope. I wish we could have took advantage. I wish we knew it was here. But
No, yeah, a lot of the stuff they don't really
tell us about. Yeah. So
ask around, get to know people,
yeah,
and
definitely get
that's
to know.
also advice I would say. Get to know your teachers,
Yeah.
the people, because like the security. I know some people. I'm like, hey, and like sometimes I'll just walk downstairs, like out of
they know
class,
you,
and
right?
they know, and they don't say anything
because they know you.
Yeah.
Like, you're not just some random student.
Yeah.
That they don't know, or they've never
So
seen before.
yeah, so get to know people, and they'll probably show you around.
yeah, don't be afraid to make
Yeah.
friends, because you never, and like if that includes build relationships with, like Ryan said, the security, your teachers, because you are gonna need. Don't be acting up with your teachers, because you are gonna need them to do recommendations. with
Yeah,
them.
literally.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
do that.
Get to know your teachers. For
Yeah,
sure.
be
Yeah.
cool with them. Like cool enough that they will sign it for you. And who knows, they might end up, have that connection in the future.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about this on a future episode about getting to know your teachers and relationships. So we can save that for another episode.
Yeah.
Any last comments before?
Just go into
Yeah, guys, don't do stupid stuff. Like, don't be dumb.
Don't do
Like,
stupid things.
because when you everybody's gonna hear about it because it's a small school, and
That's
and you're
true.
gonna be talking about that and all the way to senior year. Like for example, I'll use myself as an example. Like I did drugs in 9th grade. I'm telling you not to do it, and
Don't you guys,
don't do drugs. Don't do drugs.
Stay in school. Don't do drugs.
Yeah, don't do drugs. Hit them books. But I didn't. I did drugs during class, and I had to leave, and it was a very big deal. And
You got suspended, right?
I didn't get suspended. That's the thing. I didn't get suspended. I was this close. I could have got expelled, but because I'm cool with everybody, I didn't get expelled. I had to do this. This report on drugs. I had to do a whole slideshow on drugs and why they're bad and why you shouldn't do them. And that was the reason why I didn't get expelled or suspended, because I did that project. But guys, don't do it. Like everybody still makes fun of me because I was tripping out. Everybody still makes fun of me for that
I
for
remember
the whole day.
you getting
Yeah, I
wheelchaired out.
Yeah, getting
You're like,
wheelchaired out.
I'm fine.
Like I was tweaking. Don't
Yeah.
do that. Don't do drugs. Drugs are for losers. Don't do drugs.
So
There's also like
going into that, have you guys had any experiences of
like stupid things.
stupid things?
Stupid thing. For me, I would say I haven't done any like stupid things in high school, but I've heard rumors and stories. And
Like
seen
what?
some shit. Like, all right, starting off the bathroom incident.
Oh.
The bathroom incident. Right. So there was a couple students in the restroom who would bring boxing gloves, and they'd fight each other in the men's restroom.
Yeah.
There's a whole fighting.
During
Yeah.
9th grade, right?
Guys, if you guys want, at Da Vinci, most of the fights happen in the bathroom.
In the bathroom, don't
That's where
Don't do it.
And smoking
they know
Yeah.
about that. Like they know it's happening and they take care of it.
Sorry for this in advance, but we're the reason why you have no door.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. I was just getting to that. So at the bathroom incident, people were fighting in the restroom. The staff found out, and they removed the bathroom door.
Yeah.
And so we had
No more
bathroom-
privacy.
Yeah,
now you can
no-
see all the way in there.
You can see the
Yeah.
bathroom. It's a little
for
awkward.
both.
Yeah. So don't do stupid things. It ruins it for everyone, not just yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe if y'all are good, y'all can argue to add the door back, but it's probably gonna be off for a
It's
while.
probably gonna
No,
be
it's
off.
been like that for 4
Ever
years
since-
now. Yeah.
Ever since it was removed, it has never been put back.
Yeah.
Didn't we also
And
have
that's-
all the soap dispenser removed at one
Yeah.
point?
Yes. Some
Yeah,
people are
some
stealing.
people- We're
Yeah,
stealing,
so we had
yeah.
all of our soap dispenser, I think in 9th grade, just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people are just stealing.
No,
no, it's some
guys.
challenge or something.
Going into what Matthew said about don't do stupid things because it affects everyone. Don't do that, because I was really mad at a lot of people because
Yeah.
they would get in trouble, and I didn't do anything, right? But it would still
Yeah.
affect me, and I was like,
We can talk about the lunch incident.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
and it was just why do I have to be punished for other people?
Mhm.
And
Wait, what lunch incident?
So talking about the lunch incident, so we had so in 9th grade, it's definitely different now. In 9th grade, we were allowed to stay upstairs and eat lunch. But we could also go downstairs and eat lunch. But
you could go wherever basically.
Yeah, you can go wherever, except for go to the other schools. I think that was
that's
allowed.
blocked off.
But but pretty much we were like allowed to go upstairs. We can go downstairs, whatever, until some students started littering upstairs, and they just kicked everyone downstairs. And you weren't allowed to stay upstairs for lunch anymore. Like I'd always go like to a couch or to a classroom and eat. Like actually, I wouldn't necessarily eat lunch. I'd just eat something and then like I just stay in a classroom, kind of hang out with some people. So
no, I think everyone stayed upstairs basically.
Yeah, almost everyone would stay upstairs.
Yeah, why would you want to walk back up 4 flights of stairs?
Well, no, you'd go up anyways, but some people would go downstairs.
No, I had to get lunch, so
up.
I needed to come get lunch and come back upstairs.
They come back up.
Yeah.
But
the garden too.
The garden?
Yeah, we lost the garden too.
Yeah, the garden is just like a little area with like a table, kind of like
what's kind of occupied now.
Yeah, we littering. People were.
I think people were littering and people were just.
It was a bit of a stupid story
or something.
A bit of a stupid story happened with me and like my friend.
The lunch
Will.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, because what happened was it was a littering issue. It was like a heavy littering issue, but what happened was Stoll, the principal.
Well, actually, not he was vice principal.
Yeah, he was the vice principal at the time. He accused me and Will of littering or not picking up trash and claimed that he had video evidence of it. So he called us in, but it was kind of a false accusation where he didn't actually show us it. And it kind of was him throwing blame at us.
Mm-hmm. Why would he blame you guys though?
That's the weird thing. We don't know why. And we told him like we just kind of were done with stuff, threw away our stuff and just walked to class. That he still tried to accuse us of it and tried to punish us, but I feel like a good advice too would be firm. If you didn't do anything wrong, ensure that you be firm with your teachers about it, because if you're being put at blame, then what's the point, type of thing. Like it kind of goes in the sense of if you're put to blame, they don't know if it's you, so they're going to start punishing everyone.
Yeah, just don't do anything stupid so you don't get into any situations like that.
And if you see someone like doing stupid stuff, like tell them like, hey, like just advise them not to. Because it will like affect you, and especially like if they find out like, oh, you knew it in advance, like they might come after you as well for like not stopping it.
And that's also like connecting with people, like finding groups of people that like will do stuff like that, so you're not like connected with them in that kind of way. That's and like
because I know some stuff like happens between students, and then the staff calls like their friends in. Like even though the friends have nothing to do with it, they just know that like, oh, they're friends with that person, so they might know something. So, like, just try to stay out of those situations if you can.
Because when we lost a garden, that sucks. Because I love that place.
I love that place.
Yeah, we can't go in there now. We need to be supervised to go in there and stuff. Like now we lost that. Now you can't. No, nobody can go in there unless like you have permission.
It's only used by staff.
It's only used by staff, and that sucks. That hurt a lot. So
it's also become an office now.
Yeah.
So we don't have it anymore.
Yeah. But moral of the story is don't do dumb things.
Yeah.
And your actions have consequences.
I'd also say if you're not in the wrong, make sure you enforce that you're not in the wrong type of thing.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be taking blame for someone else's stupid actions.
It's always a he said she said thing, scenario where like it's their word against yours, and who's staff gonna believe, like the teacher or the student?
Yeah.
Most likely, like with no evidence, they're probably gonna take the teacher's side, because like So if you have evidence of something, bring it. Like just really like show like you know that you're in the right.
Because you don't want to be taking blame for someone else's stupid actions.
For someone's actions that like you had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Oh, that brings up another thing. If you see someone doing dumb stuff, don't be and you tell them to stop, and they want to continue acting a fool. Don't be afraid to snitch. Like, just snitch, honestly, because you're going to make it a lot more harder on you and other students and your experience in high school if you don't, because all of a sudden you don't want to tell on them if they're making life harder for you. Don't be afraid to tell on people. Don't. Because, like, we have only 2 stalls now in a restroom.
They locked them.
Yeah, only 2 stalls. No door and
boarded
only 2
up
stalls.
the stalls. Like, you cannot open them.
You can't.
It's a recent change, but it's still a stupid one from people doing stupid things.
Yeah, don't be afraid. I'm telling you, don't be afraid to tell on people. Like if they're friends and you tell them, and they're your friends, and you tell them to stop because you're messing up for everybody, and they keep going, they are not your friends because they don't have your best interest in mind.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you guys get suspended, or if you get suspended, it's going on your record. So don't get suspended at all, because colleges do look at that.
They will look at like every action that you take. Like
Yeah.
if you do get suspended or expelled, they will know about it, and it will be on your record, and it will be a lot harder to go to college if that's your plan. Yeah, and like with like getting suspended, like if like you're fighting that action, like we said, like have evidence. But if you're just flat out lying about it, and like the school has cameras, so they will know if you're lying.
Yeah, they have cameras everywhere. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's like every wall you look at, you'll probably see a camera. So like they're watching your actions. So like they'll know if you're doing something wrong, and like they'll know if you're lying about it. So just be aware of that, and just kind of tell the truth. Don't do stupid stuff in the first place.
Even if your goal is not to go to college, don't still act a fool and like you're just gonna, I don't know, you're gonna bum it out after high school and live with your parents. That's cool and all, but don't mess up and don't mess up your everybody else's high school experiences because you want to act up and ruin it for everybody. Don't be that person, because nobody's gonna like you.
You also ruin future chances if that happens too.
Yeah.
Like if you don't intend to have a future sort of thing, it's still like good to have the path open in case you need it. And if you're doing something stupid and ruining that, you ruin potentially an entire path that could lead you to something great.
Yeah.
See
you on the next episode.
All right, so we're gonna end it here. Thanks for joining us for our first episode. Join us next week when we talk about work balance, how to balance your school and social life. You know, how to have that good balance between them. All right, see you guys.
That's it. We should have emphasized don't do stupid stuff as a freshman. We should have emphasized that.
We can talk about like don't do like stupid stuff. Like you can talk about like the door incident.
The what?
Oh, the bathroom door.
Oh yeah. Oh,
We can talk about that.
yeah, we can. Okay.
All right, we're going back in.
We're going back.
There's a spider up there.
Welcome back.
Spiders.
Oh,
that shit is big.
Here's the thing.
There's
As
like
you two were talking
What?
this whole
There's
time.
like 4 of them.
Well, no, by the way, as you two were talking this whole time, that spider was crawling up that wall the whole time. I was just,
You were just
watching
watching
it.
There's one of
Oh, I know there is.
3, 4.
Who's
This is a recording by
We're
the way.
not killing them.
Why not?
No, it's fine.
It's
They're
fine.
daddy long legs. They don't harm us.
Oh, that one. I think a couple of these are dead.
All
That
right,
one's live.
all right. Come back to your chairs.
No, but they don't harm us.
Bro,
They don't
I
harm
need to
us.
stand up.
You're
for a bit.
afraid
I've
of
been sitting for a
spiders?
long time.
I'm not. I just want to kill
I'll
him.
end the recording.
No,
I was
it
recording.
was kind of funny. He's afraid of spiders.
I can add that. I can add
No,
that
bro, I was
into
about to
the
get a
recording.
shoe.
And
Wait,
kill
like I
him.
said,
Yes.
as you two were talking, I was watching that spider crawl up the wall, and I'm like,
We got a lot of editing to do.
I do.
I'm not editing.
I do.